Hey everyone, and thanks for checking out another video. We're in Lexington, Kentucky, and we're running late. This is the R.J. Corman Derby train, just after departing the RJC yard on its way to Louisville. The CSX Derby train is readying to leave as well, so we're going to jump ahead and catch both trains in Midway, Kentucky, and its picturesque downtown where the tracks split Main Street. Just like my previous Derby videos, we'll see trains in a few different spots as they make their way to Louisville. And you're going to see each train from my ground cameras as well as my drone, so if you like these trains, you're going to see a lot of them. Midway is usually one of the most crowded spots on this chase. It's a very scenic area, so photographers love it, and despite a chill in the air, today proved no different. First up, the R.J. Corman train. Notice how the company truck blocks that crossing. Those crews will run and play leapfrog to do that at several of the crossings along this route. The CSX train wasn't too far behind. Notice the R.J. Corman caboose to the left. I was happy to see how many cars were in the CSX consist. Hopefully that means the company will continue to run this train in the future. Alright, well, off we go to our next spot, Moorman Y in Christianburg, Kentucky. Unfortunately, though, I wasn't able to catch either train in my favorite spot and Kentucky's capital, Frankfort. But if you want to see the train pull through the historic town, check out either of my previous Derby videos linked in the description. You can see Moorman Y and all the rail fans in the wide drone shot. I always enjoy these trips because of who I meet along the way. Now this is a pretty popular spot today. It offers a long, straight shot as the train approaches, plus it's pretty wide open. Because they run about 30 to 40 minutes apart, at a certain point you just can't catch up to the RJ Corman train if you want to see the CSX. So from here on out we'll only see the CSX Office Car Special. Well, we might catch the RJC one more time. We'll have to see. One thing I didn't notice until I watched the previous Derby train video, the crew did not have the red marker lights on during this run. Any idea why? Well, we got one more chance to see our train before it arrives at its destination. And we beat the train here because that's the clear signal for it. As we rise up, somewhere over there is Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby. Moving on down a bit to get set up, we're at one of my favorite spots, even if it's not a great spot for a view of the train or even the structure itself. It's the former L&N Baxter Avenue station. I wish I could have seen this when it was still in working order. It was part of a grade separation project where the railway elevated the line into downtown and created this passenger platform. I'll put a link in the description with a little more information and some pictures on what this once looked like. There's our train in the distance, slowly creeping along. And that's the signal bridge we were just looking at. Every year, I hope this train will come on the track closest to us, and every year it takes that far track. There you can see how the track split on the platform where the passengers once boarded. I don't know if this train was the same length as in years past, but it certainly felt longer than previous runs. The empty space is where the station once stood. I'm not sure why it was torn down, but the platform canopy was left in place. It's pretty incredible. This structure is 90 years old at the time of this recording. If you look closely on the bridge, you can see 1936 embedded in the concrete and the L&N imprinted over the roadway. Well, everybody on board should be arriving at Churchill Downs any time now to watch the fastest 2 minutes in sports. Now, unfortunately, today didn't go as planned. We got a little bit of a late start, and then I wasn't able to catch the trains in Frankfort, which is my favorite spot as they cross the Kentucky River there. But overall, it's always a fun time, and I love meeting the people out there who are also following these beautiful trains. Now, we did luck out, though. Even though that they're dropping everyone off at Churchill Downs, this train is actually going to make its way up north to Cincinnati, so we'll be able to follow it there and catch it a few more times. So I hope you'll stick around and watch those. So we made it to our next spot. We're at a place called HK Tower here in Anchorage, Kentucky. Now behind me is the R.J. Corman Old Road subdivision. That's what our Derby trains took from Lexington to get to the Louisville area. Now behind me up here is where they meet up with the CSX LCL subdivision tracks. Now from there, they'll just head on into Osborne Yard in Louisville, where everybody got off the trains. Now the train should be making its way back toward us here in about 10, 20 minutes or so. So we'll take a quick look around, and then hopefully we don't have to wait too long for it to get here, and then we'll just keep following it north. What seemed like an eternity waiting paid off when we heard the electronic bells start dinging. First up, we have the R.J. Corman train making the diverging move to return to its home tracks on the Old Road subdivision. The CSX counterpart snuck up on me and a group of rail fans who are also here. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Off we go to catch it again. Our next stop is a Railfan favorite, LaGrange. Now this is one of a few remaining street running sections of mainline track. It's also really cool to watch a train make its way toward you as it splits the town. And the sign lets us know this is a 10-mile-an-hour area and this is a no horn zone, so there's no warning for cars or people in the downtown area. Putting the drone up, we can see the train appear off in the distance. There is a great Railfan viewing platform near where we are, but what a great trackside park that is. And there you can see the viewing platform. Unfortunately, that tree has just grown and grown over the years and blocked some of the sight lines. Still a cool spot though. If you look closely, you can see how many folks came out to take pictures and videos of this train. Our next location is a favorite of mine, Worthville. Now, it's not a very scenic shot from where we are, but a little ways yonder is the Kentucky River and a very nice little bridge that the train will cross. I do love trains crossing bridges. I sent the drone to check out the signal heads to make sure we hadn't missed it. I was surprised to see what I believe is a medium approach on the signal head and the switch line for a diverging move. I've never seen that move in the several times that I've recorded here. I'm guessing the local that works the area may be out there somewhere and is going to get out of the way of our train. I sent the drone to check around, and there comes our train at the top of your screen. I guess that signal is for it. You're going to see why that's going to be a bit of a problem in just a second. That's the lowest water level I've ever seen in the river. The concrete supports here have never been that exposed the previous times that I've been here. It's interesting to see how much they flare out at the base. This wide shot shows the layout of Worthville. It's nice because it's so wide open and there are signals in both directions. There's that diverging move. I wonder why CSX has this track when there's a switch already in place that it could have used. Now the ground cameras show my mistake. I've only seen trains use the main lines, so my cameras were a little close to the tracks. I personally was about 50 feet away, but I wish that I had been a little wider with my cameras. Our next location is a drone-only shot. Now there aren't many places to pace this train on the LCL subdivision, but Glencoe is one of them. So I parked in a field and waited. I don't know what track speed is in this area, but my drone at about 30-35 miles an hour could not keep up with the train, so it must have been doing 40, maybe even 45 or 50 miles an hour. And off it goes. I knew I wanted to catch it a few more times, but just didn't know where. As I was driving, it hit me. I decided on bridge number 40 in Independence. Thanks for the info, Pam. I really do appreciate it. There were a couple other rail fans here waiting when I arrived. Hopefully they didn't mind me joining them and putting up my drone. I really do like this shot though. What do you think? Do you have a favorite shot or background? The ground camera's still pretty cool too. Try as I might, I tied the train as it reached the Ohio side of the C&O Railroad Bridge. I believe there was a marathon or some fun run that had the streets blocked off and threw a wrench in my driving plans. Still cool though to see it come through the bridge. I will say there's something great about seeing a train, especially this one, travel in front of the Cincinnati skyline. Alright, well that does it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. The Derby train chase is always so much fun, and if you ever get the opportunity, I highly recommend it. It's always great to see some old friends and make some new ones along the way. Until our next trip, I hope you have a great day.